Okay, so this is super annoying. I did the last review and I posted it, and it had no sound. I bought this microphone the other day to use for my audition videos, and for some reason, when I tried it when it first came in, it worked. And then when I did my video just a minute ago, it did not work. So I just tested it again. I changed my system preferences on my MacBook to um external mic settings, and now it's working again. But I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to fool with it because I'm not about to record an 18-minute video and then at the very end find out that it's not working and then have to do it all over again. Because I literally just did the last video and posted it. I missed part of the game, the Falcons game, which they lost, by the way. But it's preseason, so it don't really matter. And yeah, for no reason because the damn video did not work. Yeah, my hair looked a little crazy because I had it curled yesterday and I just got a massage earlier, so it's like yesterday curls plus a little bit of massage oil in my hair. Okay, so once again, we are going to talk about episode 4 of the challenge. And the episode starts with Hunter, Nelson, and Corey. They are the Young Buck Alliance. And Corey wants to take out Bananas. And of course, he is freely talking about it over and over and over. I mean, I guess that's a good strategy. I don't really know. Of course, he's setting himself up to be a target, but I guess he wants to do something different because nobody else does that. So I guess he's trying something new. All right, Banana says that it's cool if everyone goes for ammo, and he says it's like being in a shark tank. As soon as one is wounded, everyone goes and attacks them. And that reminded me of my fish. So I have African cichlids, and that's what they do. If one fish gets sick, they all try to, like, one will start attacking, then a second, then a third. The next thing you know, like, the whole damn fish tank is attacking the one fish until the fish dies. I mean, they have a reason, though, because I don't know if it's like they're picking on the wounded. Here, Kiko complaining lime. I mean, we already been in here and did this. We got to do it again. I know, you got to hear me talk, baby. So the fish, apparently the real reason why they do it is because if one fish gets sick, they don't want the rest of their water and their habitat to be contaminated, so they kill the fish off until he's gone. I don't know. I don't know if they're just assholes or if they are really like trying to protect the health of themselves and the other fish in the tank. I don't know. Okay, so Bananas offered to buy Corey a bottle when they were out. They start arguing at the night spot, and then Nelson comes up all aggressive and I guess to have Corey's back, and like 5 security jump in and grab Nelson. And I was like looking at him like, who are these people? I don't know if it's security at the nightclub. I doubt it because they'd be in uniform. But like all the security on Bagels Club were in uniform. They had all black on. I feel like they even had like security badges maybe. I mean, I don't really remember. But they definitely were just wearing regular clothes. These people that were supposedly security, the 5 that was like pulling Nelson aside, they did not look like security whatsoever. They just looked like guys hanging out at the club. Okay, so back at the house, Tony is eating a bunch of eggs on a fork. That's a weird way to eat eggs. He's like walking around with like a pitchfork of eggs. And somebody makes a comment like, oh, offer the girls some. And then next thing you know, Tony tells Cara she looks like his mom at 60 years old. And then he starts getting all pissed and aggressive as if she was the one being rude in the first place. So he is clearly drunk. Bananas goes outside and he calms him down and he says, you know what, like, I'm your friend, I'm sober, I'm looking out for you, just go to bed. And of course, Tony goes to his room. So the next morning, Tony does not remember what happened and he thinks Cara was talking about his mom. I'm sure we've all had those nights where it's like everything is a blur and you don't really know what's going on, but apparently Tony has done this in more than one challenge where he drinks and he acts completely crazy. So I don't know what's going on with Tony. Like I learned my lesson. For one, I was like really wild and crazy before going on BGC 11. So like I actually toned down before going on BGC 11 because I was like, let me not drink too much because I don't really have no one to have my back. So I'm going to, get pretty tipsy, mildly drunk, but overall I never like blacked out or didn't remember anything. Like there's no way I was going to take a chance with that. And then of course after that season going on to battle, I watched my drinking because I was like, I need to compete. I got to be up in the morning. Clearly a lot of these people, of course, Bananas, who's one of the strongest players, he doesn't really drink how he was sober when everybody else was drunk. Clearly that's like the right move because you're there for a competition. You're there to make money. All these other people are partying and having fun like Tony. Well, and Nelson too. So I don't know. There was like an Einstein quote from back in the day, and he said, well, yeah, back in the day, because that was forever ago. I don't even know if it's like a for real Einstein quote or if it's just a meme with Einstein's face on it. But it said, insanity. The definition of insanity is when you keep doing the same thing over and over again and you expect a different result. So with Tony acting a damn fool and saying, oh, he learned his lesson and stuff, with him doing this a few different times, like, you a grown man, you have kids, I think he has a woman at home, like, you need to quit doing that, you need to learn your lesson, because you can't just keep making the same mistake over and over again. And clearly alcohol is a problem for you, just as it is for me, which is why I don't really drink hardly ever, because I know that's like my thing. I got to stay away from that. I've also done that with people, by the way, like people that have been bad for me or, like toxic relationships. Just like alcohol, I'm like, nope, I can't be around you because I already know like what this is going to lead to. So I distance myself from them. Like I still care about them. I still talk to them. Like we're cool, we're friends, but we're not going to be like hanging out on the regular or besties because I know you are not good for me. So you got to go. All right. So during the deliberation, CT speaks first saying he likes ammo. And it's really funny because my letter T looks like a 7, so it looks like it says C7 speaks, like a damn jet or airplane. So CT speaks first saying he likes ammo, but he doesn't want ammo to be on his team and that be the reason that he loses, so that's why he wants to send ammo home. And of course nobody wants to like start putting people up first, so CT takes the first move. Like he doesn't really care. He's like, okay, I want to put up such and such, and of course everybody else pretty much follows. Cara says she wants Tony in. Of course, we guessed that. She said that the night before. So they're debating saying Camila's name too, but they said it's kind of too early to piss Camila off because here will come the Camillinator and it starts lightning outside and it's like, that was a sign from God. Do not put Camila up because the rest of your time in the house is going to be hell until she goes home. So something really cool, like, I believe in, like, numerology and angel signs and stuff like that. So last night, I was waiting outside the restroom for my friend to come out, and this random guy walks up he didn't look drunk, but he definitely had been drinking, and he goes, you're on out of nowhere, right? And I'm going to tell you why this is so, like, crazy. I mean, not really, it is crazy, but it's not. But like, so if you believe in signs and stuff, and then you ask angels or ask God to give you more signs and more clear signs, and the more you acknowledge them and appreciate them, the more signs you'll get. They're like omens, right? So he comes up to me. Okay, let me give you the backstory first, and then I'll tell you what he says, so it kind of makes sense. So pretty much most of this year, I have been focusing on my real goals, dreams, aspirations, and I have been working towards that. So even though you can't see them and they're not quite here, you keep working towards them. So say, for instance, if you wanted to lose weight and work out, but you don't necessarily have anything coming up. But say, for instance, prom is next month. So you know that this date, 30 days away, prom's coming up. You need to lose 10 pounds. You want to look good in your dress, whatever else. So you are working towards a specific goal of prom. But say, for instance, if there is no prom and you're doing something that's like way, way bigger. Say, for instance, like you want to get a really big job doing some sort of corporate work. Okay, that's your dream, and you start working towards your dream, even though you don't know who, what, when, where, or anything, like whatever. You just know that's what you want, and eventually it's coming. So at that point, you would have faith, and you would work towards that. Like maybe you would start putting better stuff on your social media because they do that as a background check. Maybe you start working out more because you have to wear nicer clothes, and the more attractive you are, the better chance you'll get the job, or you'll fit into like how everybody looks at that job. So you're working towards all these things, like making yourself become a better person in hopes of getting that job, okay? So that's like what having faith and like working towards goals is all about, right? So I have not only been doing it for like this year, but like, you know, I kind of came off path a couple times, like in the past like month or so, and then a little bit earlier this year in March. And then I get back on path. I got rid of some people that I shouldn't be around. And I keep getting more and more signs, like, you know, with numbers or with feathers or whatever, different angel signs. And this guy comes up to me, and I just came and had like an epiphany not even 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, okay, I don't need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do that. So then I bought this separate journal because I have one that I put all my signs in. I bought a journal that has like something that's happened. I write down what happened and what I learned from that. So I may write everything in black, but then the lesson I learned, and I got this from the Kevin Hart book because he like tells a story and then like the lesson he learned from it. So everything's in black, and then like I will write like number 1, and then I'll write what lesson I learned from that. And then I'll write more in black, and then number 2, what lesson I learned from that. So instead of getting advice from people that may not be the best advice givers, you know how, because you just call your friends, you call your family, you call whoever, and you get advice from them. Usually your judgment is better than theirs. But sometimes, like, when you're thinking no, you need somebody to tell you no. So you're like, okay, cool. Yeah, I knew you were right. But if you're like hesitant saying yes and you know it's wrong, and then they say yes, that inspires you just to do it anyways, which isn't a good thing, because it's like, dang, I need some like people who are more strict and disciplined to tell me the right thing to do. Like, yes, I know you're tired and you're sick, but get up and go to the gym. Other people are like, no, don't go to the gym. You always work out. Like, get some rest, da da da. No, I ain't trying to hear all that. So I've been writing this little book for myself, and like the rules are in red, which are rules for myself, of course. So I am going to refer back to my own book when I need inspiration and advice, because who's better to give your advice? I mean, people call me for advice all the time, and I talk to them, whatever else. So, like, I need to be able to take my own advice. So, writing this book, I think, is going to be, like, really, really helpful and something I can look back at. So, if that's something that interests you, I suggest that you do it, too, because I think it's a genius idea. Like, I literally just thought of it this week, so I'm really excited about it, because I have definitely made some decisions that I feel like shouldn't have been made, but at the same time, like, everything is a life lesson, and that's what Tony says later. Like, he was like, you know, I'm not going to drink whatever else so much because, like, this was just another experience to let me learn. So, when you have an experience and you learn from it, you keep applying it later on, so you become better and better and better. So, I now have a book with things to apply. I know I just went off on a really big tangent about that, but it's good stuff. Okay. Oh, so the guy comes up to me out of nowhere, and he goes, I just want you to know you're on the correct path, and the more you work towards the right things and your dreams, the more the universe is going to help you and work with you. And I'm like looking at him like, and he's like, I know you probably don't understand what I mean. And I said, no, are you crazy? I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's so crazy because I pretty much have asked for more and more signs. And I was like, and I told him, I said, so you're basically like a guardian angel had like told you to tell me whatever, like, because I asked him, I said, what made you come and tell me this? He goes, I don't know. I just felt like I should be telling you this. And I said, guardian angel. He's like, no, I wouldn't give myself that much credit. And I said, well, something inspired you to come up here and talk to me and say this to me right now, because it's so freaking random. And he was like, yeah, well, I just wanted to tell you like this and this. And I was like, no, I completely believe in numerology. I believe in signs, like intuition and stuff like that. So it was just so crazy. It was crazy. I had something else crazy happen later that night when I got home, which I'm not going to get into that because that's a long story too, but it was really, really cool. I am one with the universe. I know. Yeah, I think I'm like psycho. Okay. So they debating if they're going to put Camila up, and then TJ comes out and he says, who are you guys going to choose to send to the Persennial? And okay, so that's maybe why I didn't know what it's called, because sometimes it's the pit. One time it was something else. Maybe they changed the name a lot of times, because this season the elimination thing is called the Persennial. I'm assuming that it's Colombian, the Colombian name for something. It's probably the pit in Colombian. I don't know. So Kayla ends up getting every vote, and she's not happy about it. Ammo is also up, and no girls pulled the double cross, so Jimmy is safe, and she turns around and she's like, oh, I picked Jenna. And I'm like, oh my God. I think Camila really got in her head, and I'm thinking like, maybe we didn't see it. Maybe they did have this conversation, but I feel like Jimmy should have had a conversation with Camila like, okay, well, I'm going to break up their alliance, but then me and you are going to be the next new alliance and we can have a secret alliance. Kind of like what me and Tiana had. And of course, it worked well in our favor, not letting it be known how strong our alliance really was. I don't know if they had that conversation and we just didn't see it, but yeah, Jimmy, as she was right, like Jenna would have had Kayla first, Kayla would have had Jenna first, and then Jimmy would have been next on the list. So she really didn't have somebody that's really got her back. So maybe her and Camila got a little thing. I'm kind of thinking that that's what it is. Okay, so yeah, and it's also messed up because Jenna saved Jimmy first elimination, and TJ was like, oh, you owe her one, and of course she didn't pay her back. She made her go against her best friend, which was pretty messed up. Okay, so Nelson chooses first. He chooses the double cross, and this is really funny because I didn't put together in my head, like, the whole idea of the double cross. Like, it's a pun or a metaphor, I guess you would say, because it's like, who are you going to double cross? Whoever gets the double cross, you're going to double cross somebody and put them up for elimination. So I completely did not get the double cross thing until today when he said, oh, you pulled the double cross. And I'm like, oh, like, pulled a double cross in real life. I don't know if y'all, like, caught that before, but I just got it today. I guess I'm a little bit slow. Okay. Nelson gets to choose first because he pulls the double cross. And, well, not choose first. He gets to choose. And he decides to pick Tony, and he says because Emma wants to go against him. Emma's like, no, I didn't ever say that. I don't remember saying that. Nelson says, yes, you did. You wanted to go against who drank the most. He's like, oh, no, that was a joke. I think that was a cop-out because a lot of jokes are truth. You know, somebody jokes with you, and they're like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And you'd be like, no. And they're like, oh, I'm just kidding. But if they say the same thing and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, then they go with it. So a lot of times there's a truth in jokes, if you know what I mean. Okay, so the ladies go first, and it's really sad because, of course, Jenna's going against Kayla. And I really thought Jenna was going to win because Kayla was, why did I say was like 5 times just now? Kayla seemed to be very nervous and jittery and like not doing so well at first, but she pulls through and she beats Jenna. So I'm sad about that. It's Ammo's turn to go against Tony, and he says he's wearing his lucky lacy underwear so nothing can go wrong. And it's all about your beliefs. And Tony was already going in there thinking like, damn, I got to do this. I drank. I shouldn't have this. I shouldn't have that. Like all through this guilt. And of course he falls right towards the end, which leads Ammo to win. So if you think he fell by accident, I think not. Everything happens for a reason. And Ammo ends up winning. All right, Tony is upset and he thinks everything is because last night. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure everything is because of last night. There's still a chance you would have gone up. But hopefully you learned your lesson because this is God teaching you a lesson. Quit drinking and making an ass of yourself because you just lost out on a chance. Well, I heard they kept saying he wasn't good at challenges anyway, so I guess he wouldn't have won. But you just missed out on $1 million because you want to drink and party and act a damn fool. So I hope you learned your lesson and you don't do that again. Okay, I'm going to go to your questions. By the way, this is the pyramid I was telling you about last week. Look how pretty it is. So this is an Oregon pyramid, and it's got like this really pretty purple crystal on it. So pretty. All right, questions. I hope I did not. Okay, good. I didn't delete these screenshots yet. I was like, I hope I didn't delete them after I did the last video and posted it because clearly the sound did not work. All right, so Nisi Marie with 3E says, do you think it was acceptable that Simone and Shane were fighting in the Redemption House? And shouldn't they be excited and worried? Shouldn't they be excited and worried about going back into the challenge? Okay. For one, like, no, it's not acceptable. Like, y'all are getting a second chance. Like, you already got sent home. You should have been home. You're getting a second chance at winning this money and staying on the show. You could have been on 1 episode and sent home, or 2 episodes, whatever it was. So you're getting this second chance, and then you blow it because you drink once again. You guys notice a theme here? Like, Tony drank, made an ass of himself, got sent home. And, well, we don't know. He might be going to the Redemption House next week, too. I don't know. And then now Simone and Shane are drinking too much. They're, like, fighting, whatever else. So they ruin their chance at being on the show and winning all this money because of drinking, having an attitude, and making poor choices. No. All right. Jill says Simone is such a bitch. Also, are you glad that CT is back? I am very glad CT is back. I liked him on Champs vs. Pros. I don't really remember him on another challenge because I haven't been watching the challenge for too long. I know, baby. I'm almost done. But yeah, I'm glad CT's on it. We haven't seen too much of him. I guess he stays out of the drama, but I'm ready to see him compete more. King underscore Ty Iron says thoughts on Are You the One? For one, I didn't know if Are You the One was back on. I don't know if it is or is it not. Comment below if it's back on, because if it is, I'll watch it. But I don't know if you're just saying it to see if I like it, but I do like Are You the One? I didn't really like Are You the One Second Chances. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes. It wasn't my thing. But I really do like Are You the One? I like anything that has to do, my thing timed out, with some sort of competition or something like that. Like when shows have a point to them. And now I don't know my damn password. There is something going on with me doing this video. I don't know why I'm having so much difficulty because it's never happened before. And now I was trying to say my password is wrong. 1 second. Okay, something is seriously happening. Oh, caps locks is on. The universe is working against me today, people. I don't know what in the world is happening. Sorry about that. Y'all are probably like staring like at my chest the whole time. Okay, so the next question. Are you the one? Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys watch Celebrity Big Brother. I watch it on YouTube. Well, my friend on Instagram sent it to me, so I need to look it up and watch it. It is Sarah Oliver Updates. So thank you for telling me about Celebrity Big Brother. I have to look it up. I gotta start watching it because I used to be like obsessed with that show. I don't even know who's on it at this point, except for like that porn star I guess people were talking about not that long ago. Tristan Payta? I don't know. I remember seeing it like, oh my god, I can't believe she's on there. So I don't know who she is. Okay, Are You the One? Okay, next is Call Me Cloud Boy with an underscore between every word because, you know, people like to be difficult with their Instagram names. I love you anyways. Call Me Cloud Boy underscore. Anyways, do you think that there will be a Bad Girls Club 18? I feel like there will be. I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to get picked up by a different production company, a different network. Maybe they're going to start it over, call it a different name, or have like a different spin on the name and start over with one. I don't know. We'll see. And follow-up question, and if so, would you want to be on Bad Girls Club All-Star Battle 3? I would do a Battle 3. I would want to be paid more because the show was long. It was stressful. It was very, physically tiring. Like, my body hurt all the time. I had bruises everywhere. But it was so much fun. It really was. And I like competition-type stuff. I remember on the first challenge, not the challenge, but the first challenge on Battle, the first battle, I guess you would say, when we were on that platform and there was the wall and the gold team against the red team had to push each other off of the platform. I remember doing it, and I remember when I was putting on my helmet and putting on my life jacket and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this is weird. Like, I'm on TV. I'm doing like this challenge, and I'm looking up at the thing, the ramp or the platform, whatever, and I'm like, this is like the most surreal feeling ever. Like, I'm on TV. But keep in mind, I already did BGC 11. I had already been on TV. It already aired. But this was like a different feeling because I've watched competition shows so much like back in the day. So being there and being on it was like, it was the weirdest feeling ever. It was almost like the feeling also of coming into the battle house. And it's like you go into your regular season and it's all strangers. It's a little surreal. Okay, cool. All strangers, whatever else. But, like, when you go on to battle, and it's, like, girls from previous seasons that you've watched, so you feel like you know them because you've seen them on TV, and it's like, whoa, this is, like, really, really crazy. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but yes, I would definitely do another battle, depending on the pay rate. I do like competition shows, and, yeah, I guess that is about it, and you guys know I really love y'all because I did this video again twice today, but, yeah, I gotta go. Update on my grandma, she is still in a rehab center. She fractured her pelvic bone, of course, and she's learning how to walk again. So she will be there for like 2 to 3 weeks. It's been like half a week or a week so far. But yeah, I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Nobody told me my shirt was crooked. Mwah!